Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Was Abandoned by His Family and Became the Knight of Kami. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And disclaimer, this can get a little bit dark-ish. I hope it doesn't, but yeah, disclaimer ahead. Anyways, moving onwards, I really need your help with the ideas. So go ham in the comment section and yeah, one thing please. If you want me to suggest any One Piece or any other idea, know this, I will make it in my own way because I haven't watched the animes. So don't criticize me too much if I mess some things up, okay? I'm gonna cook, but with my own material, using my own recipe, if you get what I mean. Anyways, enough said. Enough of yapping. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Meta What If channel as well. And stay tuned for a story there today. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha no Sato, 2 days after the Kyubi attack. As now we see, the said village was under construction. The debris were being cleared out as the workers were working hard to make sure that the reconstruction was underway. The daimyo has sent in help and was helping Konoha to rebuild itself, while the shinobis were resting, taking break as well as recovering from the traumatizing night that they had endured 2 nights ago. The funeral has already taken place. It was a grand funeral where many of the civilians, shinobis, konoichis alike, all were buried down. As now we go towards the Hokage office, where we see Hiruzen Sarutobi standing in front of his successor Minato, who was watching alongside him through the window behind his desk at the village. The village is underway on its construction. Hiruzen-sama. Yes, of course it is. But why have you called me here? I made him call you here, sensei. Said a new figure that arrived there. It was Jiraiya. Jiraiya? You didn't tell me that you were coming. What is it that you want to speak about? The three of us need to have a talk, sensei. I will reveal everything to you now. Remember the prophecy that I mentioned to you when you were the Hokage? Yes, something along the lines of, I believe, red and yellow of Konoha. Something along the lines of such. And a great tragedy preventing... Yes, you do remember, but a part of it only. The thing is that the child of prophecy is born. What? Who is it? The red and yellow of Konoha is Minato and Kushina. Minato has blonde hair and Kushina has red hair. And their children. They are the child of prophecy. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, what? Are you sure? Yes. The red and yellow of Konoha are not only because of our hair color, because of the title that we possess. I'm called the Yellow Flash, said Minato to Hiruzen, as he then further went on and said, and Kushina is called the Red Death of Konoha. You're right about that. I never thought it like this. Sensei, the prophecy is important. Not only the fate of Konoha, but the whole elemental nation relies on it. We have to make sure that it comes to fruition. It is up to me to train the child of prophecy. So who is it? Last time I checked, you had 3 kids. So have you gotten to know which one of them is? Actually, no, Hiruzen-sama. That is the problem here. You see, our son Naruto, he's the only one who possesses the Kyuubi's soul. And therefore, Sensei, said Minato, not wanting to finish that sentence, as Jiraiya did. Don't worry, kid. This will work out. Like I told you. What will work out? Said Hiruzen, his eyes narrowing. Naruto is overruled already, because he doesn't possess the Kyuubi's chakra. The prophecy states that the child will possess exponential power given to him by an entity. A divine one. Kyuubi, although not divine, could be considered that entity because it is an old and ancient one. True, but it isn't a divine one. But they possess the Kyuubi's chakra. Both of the oldest ones. Menma and Mito does. Yes, Menma and Mito, sensei, as Minato mentioned. And what about Kushina? Does she know about this? Of course she does, said Jiraiya before Minato could continue. She knows about this. And what are you going to do? How is this gonna work? Minato is a Hokage of the whole village. He has responsibilities here, Jiraiya. That is why you are called here, sensei. This is where you come in. Now I know you might hate this, but please, This is serious. You will retake the position of the Hokage for the time being, allowing Minato and Kushina and their children travel rights alongside me. We'll go to Mount Miyaboku and find a place hidden away, completely cutting off our connection to the world. But that is insane. How is this gonna even work? You taking all of your family and kids? Where are you even gonna go? What if the other villages find out about Iwa and Kumo? They will target you nonetheless. Yes, I know. I've been trying to tell that to Sensei, but Sensei says that he has found a place that where they won't be able to find us. Are you sure about this, Jiraiya? I am. And Kushina? As I mentioned, she is already told of and is aware, and she is already preparing bags. Well, there is one more thing, Sensei, that you forgot to mention. Yes, I was getting to that, Minato. What thing? Said Hiruzen. We are leaving Naruto here. Sensei thinks that using the Kyuubi's chakra and training them how to use it could be disastrous if the soul is nearby. So we might have no other choice but to leave him behind. Abandoning your own child? Is that what your plan is about? I'm sorry, I might have gone old and senile, but that is something that downright is disgusting, Minato. I don't have a choice. Sensei said so. This is our only chance, and we're talking about the whole world. The fate of the whole world rests on their shoulders. Their kids. No one's fate, not even their own right now, rests upon their own shoulders, Minato. You know that as much as I do. Sensei, this has already been decided, said Jiraiya. Please, trust me on this one. You're breaking a family apart, Jiraiya. Because of a prophecy. You will regret this decision, you know that? Then I will have a lot of time and a peaceful era to live with this regret. But for the time being, I have a foolproof plan. This will work, Minato. You have my word. I'm disappointed, Minato. Well, what can I say? If this is your order as the Hokage, only then I will agree to this. Because aside from that, I'm not listening one bit. Minato, we have no other choice. This is what I trained you for, kid. Do not disappoint. Hiruzen-sama, as the Hokage of Konoha, order you to retake the position for the time being, until we return. And Naruto is to be remained as under his maiden name, Naruto Uzumaki, and treated as a civilian into the orphanage. You're kicking him out of a clan? We have to keep him hidden, Sensei, said Jiraiya. This is the best course of actions. He will be raised as an orphan for the time being, and he will be away from the prying eyes. And away from his family and heritage, and everyone will treat him as such. He will grow up thinking that he doesn't have anyone. What do you think will happen once you all return and he finds out that he had a whole family, Jiraiya? He will lose it. Any sane person would. He will be mad, true, but he will learn in due time why we did what we did. End of this discussion. Please, Sensei. I'm begging you. Fine. Jiraiya, since you're grown up and wise now because of your age and title as a Sanin, go on ahead with this decision, but you know this, you do not have my support in it. Alright, Sensei. That is up to you. Fair enough. And so the hat was given, and Naruto was given to Hiruzen as well. And so they all left, and Naruto was placed into the orphanage. He began to grow there, and Hiruzen, feeling bad about this, began to influence Naruto. Begin to be a part of his life, and slowly but surely, as Naruto grew up, he showed his, personality, which was filled with quite resolve as well as goofiness, as he was a prankster from heart like his mother, and as well as a genius when he needed to be. A perfect blend of both of his parents. But not only that, he was gunning to become the Hokage, much more stronger and proficient than even the fourth one. And Hiruzen was the influence of it. Time began to pass by as Naruto entered the academy. Even though he had been having difficulties, but he was a dead last student who was able to pass and graduate. And so, in such a way, he was placed into the Team 7 with Sasuke Uchiha, the top student of the year, and a middle Konoichi. And so, under Team 7, as under Kakashi Hatake, they went on a lot of missions D rank ones, and then even a C rank one that turned out to be quite a terrifying A rank level, if anything else. They were supposed to just make sure that Tazuna, the bridge builder, was taken and delivered back to his home safely without getting hurt. But one after the other, they had just encounters after encounters with Chunin and Jonin level threats, such as the Demon Brothers. And then there was Zabuza Momochi himself, one of the 7 legendary swordsmen of the mist. And all of them were gunning towards Tazuna. It took a while, but Tazuna broke and finally revealed the truth. And Kakashi, since he was injured and the team was already pursuing this mission, had no other choice but to go on with it. And so, Tazuna was able to give them a place in his home, where Naruto and Inari, the grandson of Tazuna, had a fight, who had lost his father to Gato, saying that there was no hero, no one there to save him. Naruto, with a pure heart as he had, yelled and told him that there always was. He will make sure that there was. And so, he went out to vent, but then he didn't return the night, meeting someone known as Haku, who was a girl. He was sure of it, but he told him that he was a boy. And he gave Naruto quite a clarity on what he really wanted. What was his ninja way? Why was he fighting? At first Naruto thought that it was to gain all the favor and to become the Hokage, but now it was much different. And this question gave Naruto quite a lot to think about. But it was already morning and Naruto had slept throughout the whole night outside, and even went on training with Kakashi, who was injured and yet was teaching them how to chakra control their self and make sure that they had complete control over their chakra, with tree walking exercise as well as water walking exercise. While conducting this, the week began to pass by as Tazuna was closing into the bridge and the bridge construction was almost finished, which now they had to connect until Zabuza Momochi and the Hunter Nin attacked again. And this time, Naruto was not present there because he, again, while training outside, has slept again outside. He dashed back at the home where Tazuna's home, where he found 2 of the goons and took them out instantly with his shadow clones, saving Inari as well as Tazunami, and then dashed after finding out from them that they're at the bridge. Naruto arrived there, only to find that his sensei was fighting Zabuza, and the Hunter Nin who took away Zabuza after killing him supposedly was back, and Kakashi and Sasuke was fighting him. Naruto joined him and both of them held on their own until Naruto and Sasuke were being overwhelmed. Seeing this, Naruto did something. He, focusing on what he has mastered, channeled his chakra into his fist as his fist began to glow blue and punched so hard that it began to crack, and with the second punch that connected, the whole dome shattered, causing the Hunter Nin to fall back. But at that moment, before the battle could continue or commence even further on, Gato himself appeared, and he betrayed Zabuza. Zabuza told Kakashi that the fight between them is off and let him handle this. He and Haku went on to butcher down Tazuna, Gato as well as his goons. After killing all of them, we see there was a truce, a form of truce, and Haku took off his mask and thanked Naruto, and was happy to see that he was finding his own way. And after that they left, we see Sasuke looking at Naruto with disgust. This no-named orphan was able to do what he could not, and with bare fist. As he then, in the nighttime, then arrived in front of Naruto. What did you do, Naruto? How were you able to break through that ice dome? It was so hard that even I tried. Even I used my Katon Jutsus from the Uchiha clan, and all of them went flat. What did you do? I learned from Sensei about channeling chakra and controlling it. I focused it on my hand and used it. As Sasuke gritted his teeth with a scowl on his face. You're joking. No, why would I? Sasuke, Naruto, is there a problem? Said Kakashi, who looked exhausted. No, Sensei. You best believe if you lie to me, I'll make sure that the council pays you a visit, Naruto. And you wouldn't like that. As Naruto then looked towards Kakashi as, well, Sasuke went away. And so once they returned, they were told about the Chunin Exams. A week later, the Chunin Exams were underway. The first test, Sasuke was able to increase their, burden by making their own enemies remember that this was a genjutsu and whatnot. And so, after arriving upstairs, they had a lot to deal with. The first task, Naruto, obviously being the dead last, didn't fill in anything and was able to, well, just pass through it. And when the second test happened, Naruto and his team went on with the scroll that was Earth Scroll. Now they had to find the Heaven Scroll, and they fought a, well, Rain team, which unfortunately had the same scroll as them. So they went on even further and found out an encounter with a teammate of a team who was separated. He was a tall genin that made their sensei, Yanko sensei of the second exam, even shiver. He was moving like a snake with golden eyes that looked like a snake. He attacked them with brutality of such force that Naruto coughed huge amount of blood, and suddenly snakes was lunging at them, causing poison to spread out their body. Paralyzing agent. And then he bit Sasuke on the neck, causing him to pass out with agony, and Naruto, while fighting the paralyzing agent, that stood up, but the the person who was leaving just threw them the scroll and said, "Get out of here. I'm done what I came here to do. And just make sure the Uchiha doesn't die." As Sakura was frozen, Naruto, while fighting the agent, got up, took the scroll and said, "We have to go. We can't remain here." And so they left until they encountered a sound team. Naruto, in that state, using his shadow clones, only four of them appearing, was able to take them down by some miracle, getting even more tired and dizzy until he arrived. It was the second day, and the second exam would end in 5 days. It was the second day they made it there, and so Naruto and the others had 3 days to recover. Fortunately enough, Naruto was able to do so, as Sasuke's curse mark was sustained, or as best as they could. As Hiruzen has called his other student back as well in the meantime, Tsunade, who after much convincing did came alongside her apprentice Shizune and their big Tauntaun, and now was soon going to take the responsibilities back, overcoming her fears until she bumped into Naruto and was quite fond and taking a liking to him, and even took him in as an apprentice. And so, with a 1 month of break after the preliminary rounds, Naruto trained under her. Now Sasuke was obviously pissed about that and went to the council, where the council suggested to Tsunade and tried to persuade her that she should train Sasuke Uchiha because he was an elite, quote unquote, and not a no-name like Naruto Uzumaki who was an orphan. Basically, Tsunade just gave them the middle finger and told them to fuck off, and to the Uchiha, just a huge slap causing him to spin on his heel and fall face first to the ground and pass out while foaming from his mouth, which Naruto quite enjoyed, to be honest. Life was going great until the final exams happened and the Konoha Crush began, in that Naruto was able to defeat Gaara on his own by some sheer luck, climbing on top of the arm of the huge Biju and then slamming a huge fist coated in chakra into Gaara's head, causing his armor made out of sand to break and him to awaken, and defeating the One-Tails. And in doing so, Naruto made it a bond with him and allowed them, the Sabuku siblings, to escape. After the Suna escape, it was found out that Orochimaru has done something, killing his Gigi. Naruto took a toll when he found out about this. And not only that, the council made it so that the credit of defeating the One-Tails was given to Sasuke as well. Naruto was sad, but Tsunade reassured him after taking the mentality of the fifth Hokage that everything will be better. Or so she thought, because 2 months after that, Sasuke Uchiha in his right mind of state decided to desert the village. And once he did, Naruto and the team of Genins and a Chunin were sent after them. Naruto, one by one, lost one of his companions because they were fighting and being held off, while Naruto was the only one running and chasing after Sasuke. Arriving at the Valley of the End, they fought on a battle. As they fought, Naruto was trying his hardest to overcome Sasuke's anger and try to bring him back, but Sasuke was losing his edge and was becoming much more and more violent as the curse mark spread, until he did the unthinkable. He used the Chidori, now in a tinted black shade, pierced it through Naruto's chest, causing him to fall back to the ground, blood gurgling through his mouth until he fell face first into the water. That was shallow, blood splattering everywhere from his chest, and he was not moving. As this was going on, we see Naruto's life fading from his eyes until Sasuke spat on his face and told him, "You deserved it, you no-named bastard. I told you, stay the hell out of my way. But you didn't listen. You always were given some things that were supposed to be mine. Now I'll see how that bitch of a Senju thinks that she cannot give me something of the clan techniques. What's she gonna do with it? Take it to grave? Like you are?" Naruto with sheer strength got up and did something. He punched Sasuke so hard causing his teeth to break and fall out of his mouth. Naruto's wound was beginning to heal. Sasuke seeing this was terrified at first, but then he lunged forward and attacked Naruto. Both of them fought ferociously. Naruto was now flinging and throwing left and right Sasuke, causing his bones to break, and for the first time Sasuke felt fear. Naruto was overpowering him, playing and throwing him like a rag doll. "You are one to talk, Uchiha. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna take you with me if you're not gonna come back. I'm gonna die anyway, as you said, but I'm gonna make sure I'll drag you to hell with me," said Naruto, charging as his fist connected, avoiding Sasuke just in a nick of time, causing the huge boulder to explode. As Naruto then turned, as the fist dragged alongside the huge rocks, as Naruto screamed, "Ah!" as his fist shattered through the huge rocks into a straight line until it connected with Sasuke's jaw, causing the whole skull to fracture. Sasuke was now knocked out unconscious, with many fractures and, well, broken bones, until Naruto was slashed straight through the chest again with a huge blade, as he felt burning sensation from within, as he coughed a huge amount of blood. Well, let's see if you try to survive that from. This blade is coated with 1,000 most venomous snakes from the snake summoning clan, said a figure that landed in front of Naruto. Naruto's eyes went up to see its face. It was Orochimaru. "Oh, Orochimaru." Naruto got up until the sword was yanked out of his body, and a lot of cuts were made by Orochimaru. One of them on Naruto's face, as Naruto fell back first to the water, this time looking up at the sky, all the adrenaline as well as energy leaving his body. "Die, you bastard. You dare try to hurt someone like Sasuke. I won't allow that to happen. Not at least now." As Naruto was out of it, his ears were ringing. His vision was going blurry. As Orochimaru took away Sasuke, we see that Naruto was left there alone. As suddenly a presence was sensed near him. Standing atop of water, wearing a white yukata as well as celestial robes, was Kami herself, with a frown on her face. "The child of prophecy that I chosen has suffered enough. His heart is still pure, but he has been broken by these people." As Kami then began to chant, "From heavens to the hell, to the midworld, I, Kami, who rules supreme, grants you, Naruto Uzumaki, a second choice at life." As the lightning struck down at Naruto's body, causing his wounds to heal as Naruto was knocked out unconscious and now levitating. As a blade began to materialize in the air, a white tilted katana. "With this blade that you now have in your hands, I, Kami, honor you with the title of my knight." As huge amount of lightning struck down of Naruto, pure white lightning, as Naruto was now wearing an armor of a knight, and behind him was a cave with a symbol made from pure gold in kanjis that said Kami's knight. As now we see Kami then vanished, as Naruto was now kneeling in the form of a knight, as it did in front of its master on the water. As Naruto's eyes opened, lightning was coursing through his blue eyes until it didn't. "I serve Kami. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and my blade will be tainted red with the enemies that stand in the way of my mistress. The Otsutsukis, the Akatsukis, Orochimaru, all shall fall with my blade." And so, with that, Orochimaru, who was escaping with Sasuke, who has now woken up, felt something. A huge amount of chakra surge as he stopped. "My lord," said Kabuto, who was holding on to Sasuke, until, with a bright light, Naruto was in front of him. As Orochimaru's eyes widened, and immediately he was able to draw out his sword, the Kusanagi, and the blades clashed, causing huge sparks to erupt as Naruto jumped and landed on his feet. As Orochimaru was also taken aback because his feet became numb. After that force, it's impossible. You're the first one that shall fall. You have defied Kami and Yami and Shinigami far too long. What are you? I am someone whose blade is about to be spilled with your blood. And with that, Naruto in lightning disappeared so fast that slashes began to appear on Orochimaru's body as he dropped the blade and fell down to his knees. As Naruto was standing behind him, and with a single swipe, Orochimaru's neck was cleaved off. He didn't regenerate. He didn't grow out from his face. His soul was ripped in half. And now, Orochimaru really was dead. As Naruto turned towards Kabuto, who has dropped Sasuke, who was staring at Naruto. And Naruto turned and was like, "Wait! I said wait, damn it!" Said Sasuke, somewhat healed. "You think just because you're wearing some fancy armor and possess a blade, you're special? You're a no-name orphan, Naruto, and I'm an elite. Never forget that." Naruto threw his blades that pierced straight through his skull, causing Sasuke to fall down face first to the ground while Kabuto dashed away already. As Naruto's blade was summoned back, Naruto then said, "I apologize, my mistress, but he was speaking too much. Now I need to hunt down the Akatsuki. Please guide me, my goddess." As the blade was then lifted up towards the sky, where the moon illuminated as a light shone in a direction. Without saying anything, Naruto sheathed the blade, and with blinding light as the flash traveled, Naruto disappeared. While on the other side, Kakashi and the others were able to not only find Orochimaru's body but also Sasuke's. Since they died earlier, Tsunade gave the Yamanagas the green light to go investigate from their minds about their memories, and what they found terrifiedly shocked them. And now the whole council was hearing their reports. As Inoichi was frightened, Naruto died. Sasuke's memories preserved that, and Orochimaru killed him twice. As Tsunade was hurt while hearing this. But then something happened. As they were escaping, Naruto arrived. He was wearing a white armor and was possessing a blade. And he took down both of them. "In the name of Kami, Yami, and Shinigami," he said, and I quote, "Your blood will be spilled with my blade." "Interesting," said Danzo. "We need to find him and bring him back, and fast. I do not know what the boy is doing, but Danzo is right," said Tsunade. "We need to bring him back, and that is the only thing I agree upon." As now we see, on the other side, Jiraiya and the others have returned after finding out a letter from Tsunade that Jiraiya has died. And once they returned, their welcome in Konoha was shocking because they thought that they had died. And not only that, Tsunade was taken aback by that. Her sensei has not revealed such a thing to her. That, well, Minato and Kushina were alive. She thought that Jiraiya had taken the children because that much she knew. But Minato and Kushina being alive, she was not aware of. As now we see, after the reveal, Tsunade gave the hat back and was about to leave until Kushina then said, "You taught my son." "Your son? So it wasn't just a name." "I'm disappointed, Kushina. You abandoned him. You disgust me. You have destroyed the name of Mito-sama and her clan. My grandmother and my clan, you've tainted their name." As Kushina was taken aback as Tsunade left. While on the other side, Naruto was on the hunt of the Akatsuki. They have been hunted down for the past week. One by one, each and every one of their members have fallen. The first one was Zetsu, then the Immortals, or so-called Immortals, Kakazu and Hidan. Sasori and Deidara were the next, and then it was Kisame who just wanted to fight the blade user. His Samehara was found cut it off, as if the blade itself had died, and only his body was found. His head never was. As for the others, well, one by one the parts of fate fell until Nagato and Konan were the ones left to confront. Naruto's blade rose, but it didn't cut. He just freed Nagato from the shackles that held him and told him to leave and never look back into this life because he was a knight of Kami, and Kami deemed them necessary to live for the time being. Zetsu and Tobi were the only ones surviving on their own, and Itachi. Itachi too was a guilt-ridden soul, so he was left to live on his own. While the two were hunted down to the point that they were left to one. Zetsu was the only one while Tobi escaped. As now hidden in a cave, he connected to his mother via connection. Mother, we are being hunted by a maniac claiming to be Knight of Kami, Yami, and Shinigami. His blade, it hurts. I have never been hurt by any such thing. Katana, blade, whatever it is, I was able to survive, able to adapt. But the wound hasn't even healed, even if after a month. My child, he is the end of the Otsutsuki clan. The Otsutsukis have found out about this, and they are working. You will become the vessel of us all. What? Yes, Shibai-sama has chosen to reincarnate into you. Since his previous body has been destroyed after the civil war between the Otsutsuki clan, you will be chosen. And so, finding the directions from that connected Earths to Moon, Zetsu arrived there, avoiding Naruto, and thus ritual was conducted with the 4 Otsutsukis, Ishiki, Momoshiki, Kishiki, and Kaguya. And with their all being consumed by Zetsu, Shibai Otsutsuki revived once more, with Zetsu's eyes turning from yellow ones to complete white, with black dark behind them. The Jogan in both eyes, as it awoken. And so, Naruto arrived there, Knight of Kami. You shall fall alongside them. You are an abomination in the name of my goddess, and you will fall by my blade. Naruto, as the lightning cackled around him, dashed in blinding speeds. Shibai was able to dodge, but Naruto wasn't holding back. He did not knew how, but he was able to master everything, able to avoid everything. His blade then looked up at the sun, absorbing its light as the white flames were formed. Flames of purification, Kenjutsu style, dances of white flame, as Naruto's zip passed so fast that he became so many blurs that cuts after cuts after cuts, millions of cuts were formed within 10 seconds, as they were made from white purification flames, causing black blood to seep out of multiple cuts that formed on Shibai's body as he screamed in agony, and then began to lose control. He became a ragged monster that Naruto, with a new slash, cut it down. Kenjutsu arts, sacred arts of Kami, Shinigami, and Yami, blade of justice, divine justice, as the blade slashed upwards, causing the scale behind that appeared, on which 2 weights were kept, to break, cut him through, and killed Shibai once and for all, putting an end to this madness. And once all of this stuff was done, Naruto returned back to Tsunade, only to find out about what has truly happened, because the spirit possessing him has returned back to Blade, and Naruto was given a new life. Naruto, after encountering his family, his siblings, was just left shocked and devastated. He was even told that his Gigi hated this because he was told to, ordered to do so. He hated his Gigi for doing that, but he couldn't hate the man, because he made sure that Naruto was never lonely. While on the other side, the prophecy has become true, but through Naruto. And Naruto just did the most wise thing a person could do. He just turned his back on them like they did to his, and left. Tsunade spread out the news that the Otsutsukis and everyone was wiped out and the prophecy was fulfilled. Jiraiya, although wanting not to admit, had to admit that he was at fault here. Minato and Kushina never spoke to him ever again, and so did Menman Mito, blaming everything on Jiraiya. The glory that he seeked to bask in was stripped away from him because he chose the wrong child. And now, even his own village didn't put that much trust into him, saying that he was raggedy ass old man who was just yapping about the things that he did not know. And even his own summoning clan did not trust him with such important information ever again, making him to be forgotten instead of becoming a legend, while the others, such as Naruto, went on to become a legend that will forever live. as this is where I'm going to be leaving the story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you like the content of this channel, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.